My unfaithful wife stared straight into my eyes and said with unsettling calm, "I'm finished hiding. Just so you know, I've got a devoted lover now, and he'll be staying over here from time to time." I didn't flinch. I didn't raise my voice or slam my fists like she wanted. Instead, I smiled faintly and replied softly, "I doubt he'll be much good to you. His most valuable tools are already useless at this very table." I sipped my coffee slowly, deliberately, watching her expression. Claire leaned back, swirling her wine as though she were queen of a kingdom she'd just turned into a war zone. That smug grin on her lips had haunted me for months. She spoke again, tone casual like she was talking about the forecast. "I'm done sneaking. He'll be here, and you'll just have to accept it." My grip tightened on the mug, but I refused to give her the explosion she was baiting me for. No, I had already seen this coming. The late nights, her sudden makeover, the constant guarding of her phone. Deep down I knew for a while, but I didn't confront her. I watched, studied, tracked, and planned. Now that she had confessed, part of her braced for fireworks. Screaming, tears, begging. What she got instead was a calm smile and a cryptic reply. "I think you'll find him worthless," I repeated. "He's already lost his most important asset." Confusion clouded her smugness. "What are you talking about?" she snapped. I set the mug down and leaned closer, voice low but steady. "You'll find out soon." That was the first crack in her armor. She tilted her head, scanning my face for answers, but I gave her nothing. I rose and said, "Enjoy tonight. It'll be the last time things feel normal." Then I walked away, leaving her drowning in paranoia. She thought she was powerful. She thought she was clever. That was her mistake. I was already 10 steps ahead. From the moment suspicion struck, I didn't accuse. I observed. I followed her one night and confirmed my fears. His name was Daniel, a smug parasite who had slipped into my home behind my back. But Daniel was careless. I dug into his life, his work, his finances, his past. He was a walking disaster. Criminal record, drowning in debt, and worst of all, a hidden medical condition. All I had to do was wait. That evening, I pretended to head to bed early. Claire didn't hesitate. She fixed her makeup and sent him a message. I watched everything through the cameras I had installed weeks earlier. Daniel showed up soon after, strutting into my house like he belonged. That arrogant smirk nearly made me laugh. I let them relax, let them feel safe, and then I made my move. The anonymous report was already prepared. I hit send. Sirens wailed outside. Within minutes, flashing lights lit up the street. Claire barely had time to process before the door was kicked open. Armed officers stormed in. Daniel froze the instant handcuffs snapped shut. "Daniel Carter, you're under arrest for fraud, embezzlement, and identity theft," an officer announced. Claire screamed, stumbling to her feet. "What's happening?" I walked down the stairs slowly, each step echoing, her horrified eyes locked on mine. "You did this," she whispered. I stopped at the bottom and met her gaze. "Of course I did. Did you think I'd just sit here and let you disgrace me?" She lunged forward in fury, but an officer blocked her path. I didn't move. "Careful," I said coldly. "We're still married. And when I'm done, you'll be left with nothing." She stood trembling as Daniel was dragged away, shouting about being framed. Her arrogance had vanished, replaced by fear, shame, and rage. "What have you done?" she cried, voice breaking. I crossed my arms and leaned against the wall. What had to be done? She thought she had control, but I had rewritten the rules. This was only the beginning. I let the law finish the job. "Claire, you might want to sit down. Things are about to spiral beyond your control." Her fists clenched as she spat back that I hadn't really won, convinced Daniel would be out on bail quickly. I couldn't help but laugh. She still didn't get it. I hadn't just been watching them sneak around. I had been digging, collecting every shred of evidence. I wanted to guarantee Daniel wouldn't slip away this time. Her arrogance cracked the second I pulled out my phone and opened a file. I held the screen toward her. Here's reality. Daniel wasn't just a fling. He's buried in fraud, identity theft, and mountains of debt. And worst of all, online activity with underage girls. The color drained from her face as I laid it bare. "You're lying," she whispered, but her voice broke under the weight of proof. I tilted the phone closer. Screenshots, chat logs, financial records. Undeniable, all tied to Daniel. I leaned in. "So tell me, Claire, how will people react when they find out not only about your affair, but that you let him into our home, introduced him to friends, and let him sleep under our roof? Think you'll walk away clean?" Her hands shook. "I didn't know," she stammered. "You didn't care," I snapped back. "And now you're going down with him." Before she could answer, I added coldly, "Check your accounts." Her eyes widened. "What?" He nodded. "They're empty. Remember our joint savings? The one you thought I ignored? I tracked every penny you wasted on him. Quietly moved the funds each time. And today, when I filed for divorce, I made sure you'd be left with nothing." Panic set in. She fumbled for her phone, logged into her banking app, and froze at the zero balance. "You're lying," she gasped. "See for yourself," I replied. Her silence was proof enough. Then I delivered the final blow. "The house. You signed a prenup, remember? You don't get a thing." Desperation twisted her face. "You bastard. You can't do this." I stepped closer, lowered my voice. "It's already done." Tears came next. Her icy superiority shattered into nothing. No savings, no roof, and soon no pride. Check my watch. "I'd love to stay and watch the downfall, but I've got better things to do. You, however, have about 24 hours before everything collapses." Her voice shook. "What do you mean?" Smiled. "You're about to be very well known." Then her phone lit up once, twice, then nonstop. Message after message poured in. She opened them, her breathing shallow. Screenshots of her affair now circulated through our entire circle. Daniel's criminal history spread like wildfire. Even that smug open marriage agreement she once flaunted had gone viral, making her a public joke. "You sent this," she whispered, trembling. I didn't deny it. "Not just them. I made sure your work, your family, even your yoga group got it. You'll be the headline of every whisper in town." I left her drowning in the chaos she created. By morning, she wasn't infamous, she was ridiculed. The evidence, the screenshots, the betrayal, it was everywhere. Friends abandoned her. Family condemned her. Colleagues avoided her in shame. And best of all, her company fired her to avoid the scandal. Daniel. Bail denied. Judges don't show mercy to predators. Divorce papers were served, and she had a month to leave my house. I meanwhile was fine. That night she called, her voice broken and desperate. She begged to talk, sobbed that she had nowhere to go. I let her cry, let her taste the helplessness she once ignored. Then I said, "Not my problem," and hung up. The texts kept coming, but I never read them. She made her bed. Now she could lie in it. But she wasn't finished. By week's end, she showed up at my doorstep, makeup ruined, hair a mess, nothing like the woman who once gloated over my pain. "Please," she croaked, eyes red and swollen. "I have no one left." I looked her over, the shattered version of the woman who once smirked at me. I smiled faintly. "So, where's your perfect soulmate now?" Her lips trembled. "He's gone. He won't answer me." Chuckled. "Yeah, neither will I." And I closed the door for good. She collapsed outside, sobbing. But it didn't matter anymore. To me, she was already gone.